Well, ladies and gentlemen, so today we are starting our Jyeshtha nakshatra series, and we're going to be covering all the 4 padas of Jyeshtha nakshatra. And this series is simply about narrowing down your thinking, because when moon is in the sign of Scorpio, you can have 2 people thinking differently in the sign of Scorpio, and that happens because they might be in different nakshatras which are working behind the scenes of a zodiac sign. But sometimes people of the same nakshatras don't think alike. Why? Because that nakshatra is divided into 4 parts. So you might be in a different pada compared to the other people. So that's what we're doing with these videos. We're simply narrowing down your thinking. And as always, if you do not know where your moon is placed, what nakshatra it's in, what pada it's in, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report. We're on the second page of the report. In the box below, you will see exactly which nakshatra and pada your moon is in. And you will also find my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including my new magazine on destiny and careers, including all the options for consultations here. So, Jyeshtha nakshatra. Well, Jyeshtha nakshatra is the last part of Scorpio. And Scorpio, as you know, is all about facing transformation, seeing the sudden ups and downs. Scorpio is about an anxiety and fear because it's the 8th house sign. So here moon is forced to face its fears in different avenues depending upon the nakshatra and padas. And Scorpio becomes very intense sign because it takes us to the deepest level of our discipline because it's ruled by Mars, and shows us exactly what the moon needs to face in order for the mind to excel. But the Jyeshtha nakshatra is about fighting. It's about going out there and giving you everything for a certain cause, whether it's a righteous cause or whether it's a cause of a fool or a fool's cause. But these people are willing to go out there and fight and really be that true Scorpio nature, where they're out there wanting to dig deep information to find things about you and then use it against you. Because it's a nakshatra ruled by Mercury. So information becomes very important. And this nakshatra is also kind of a nakshatra where a person may use a bit of a cruel language against their opponents, against their enemies, or if they're simply angry. But the thing is, this Jyeshtha nakshatra is about going out there and giving your everything and fighting. Going out there, whether fighting through information, through weapon, through any kind of social reform, but it's all about going out there and putting your life on the line. But the pada 1 of this particular nakshatra, it's really more about the moral fights. It's about standing for moral causes. It's about standing up for the moral rights of an individual. And in pada 1, you'll find people who become lawyers, attorneys, people who become these sports coaches. Because these are the people who in pada 1 really want to take the law or certain policies and use those policies to bring civilization into a practical sphere. It's about giving practical policies and use to make the civilization work. And in this pada, most definitely, moon is standing up for the right causes. But here's the thing though. If moon is heavily sunk into this pada 1, especially if it receives the aspect of of Saturn, or it's conjunct Saturn, what happens is these people are too hard set on their belief system. So in a way, this pada 1 either can bring a law that allows women to vote, or it can bring in a law that allows women not to leave the house. Either it can bring a democratic law, or it can bring the Sharia law. And this is where we have to see how the person's life has been. So if a person with this pada and nakshatra kind of, let's say, grew up in the heart of Afghanistan, heart of Iraq, or Saudi Arabia, and they're a lawyer or they're religious leaders and political leaders, they will have this set of belief that nobody can move, nobody can shift. And they believe in this conservative law, especially with Saturn influence. If Saturn influence is not there, then this moon will probably will stand up for the higher positive causes. So that's what moon does in nakshatra. And usually you will find many fighters and, freedom fighters and political fighters, social welfare and social reform fighters with this kind of a patha, or in this entire nakshatra. Okay. So guys, this is my analysis of moon in Jyeshtha nakshatra, patha 1. If you're new in my channel, subscribe below. And again, if you want to know where your moon is placed, what nakshatra and patha it's in, all my books and consultations, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with patha 2. Bye-bye.